I have a question. Which meal would you rather eat? Do you want the mass-produced, factory-optimized products or the home-cooked meal? Well, in this metaphor, Soulitaire is the home-cooked meal. It's a game that's due to release soon, so I played it for market research, and I want to tell you why the mechanics of Soulitaire have humanity built right into them. Welcome to another essay by AAA Simulator. Speaking of the AAA industry, have you noticed the direction media is going these days? Everything has to be bigger and better. Bigger plots, better graphics, more powerful consoles, and bigger budgets. Call of Duty brings in tens of billions of dollars, and they spend hundreds of millions getting each game just a little closer to photorealism. And I can't help but think people are starting to want a different kind of art. Don't get me wrong, Call of Duty has amazing talent behind it, with excellent artwork and huge moving set pieces in the campaigns, but it comes with a cost. The developers have been honed into an efficient factory, mechanically producing standardized products until there's no room for human characteristics, like imperfection and experimentation. And it seems like people are getting bored of eating this bland meal. I think the rise of cozy games proves this. Traditionally, cozy games have been seen as particularly popular among women, because they're all about human and social things. The most popular is probably Stardew Valley, where you do things like grow plants and establish relationships. If traditional games are all about violence and death, cozy games are all about life. Many of them are in the life sim genre after all, and cozy fans and creators seem to like it that way. And although Soulitaire isn't a life sim, I still think it falls into the category of a cozy game, especially in the design of its core loops. There are two main loops in the game that are weaved through each other, the visual novel loop and the card game, and I'm going to talk about both. Visual novels have roots in things like interactive fiction and dating sims. This is traditionally a big indie genre because it allows one or two people with decent writing and art skills to make an amazing game if they put their minds to it. All this means that visual novel mechanics have an organic, human touch to them. The art style often involves still images of a character talking to the player in first person, as if they're making eye contact, and the player is given choices to roleplay the responses to that character. Soulitaire is no different. It begins with an important relationship, the player's sister, and has you choose how to respond to her. In the demo, I couldn't tell if these choices influenced future events or if they were purely for role-playing, but if they have consequences, it could be at the core of a really cool and very human mechanic that involves a soul card, which I'll explain more later. The hand-drawn artwork also fits the visual novel tradition and the cozy vibe. You can tell that every piece of art was touched by a human hand just by looking at it, and the color palette is filled with warm colors. Then there's the other core loop, the Soulitaire game. The rules are very simple. You need to match the color and go one up or one down, and when you take that card, more are revealed underneath. Along the way, you'll reveal cards that fill out more details on the soul card. While playing, I wondered if more complicated rules or mechanics would be introduced, but then it dawned on me. This is Soulitaire, not Magic the Gathering. Soulitaire is an idle game you play to pass the time, and it fits perfectly into a cozy game like this, because it is itself a cozy game. And then there's the soul card mechanic, which I think really has the potential to tie everything together. Because with the soul card, you're not doing a logic puzzle or strategizing, you're doing subjective interpretation. The images on the soul card are cryptic, and there could be details missing if you didn't do well enough with your Soulitaire hand. It's up to you to decide what they could mean. That's what to me puts Soulitaire in the sort of bartender/barista style visual novel. You're helping clients who come into your business by doing interpretive, social, human work. The greatest example I've played of this is Red Strings Club, which has sections where you need to mix drinks to bring out certain emotions in clients based on your conversations with them, and a section where you need to do social engineering over the phone to get information. I love these kinds of mechanics, where puzzles blur the line between logic and emotion and bring organic subjectivity into the mix. Soulitaire does this by letting you choose your own interpretation of the soul card, and this mechanic could really land if your interpretation changes the outcomes of the plot. Although there's no hint how far your influence reaches in the demo. Still, Soulitaire decidedly nails the cozy vibe. It has soul, and I don't just think that because it's in the title. It's genuine when everything else in the industry is merely realistic. In a world of mass-produced TV dinners, it's a home-cooked meal, like I said. And so far, it's just one of many that the indie market is cooking up this year. So if that's your thing, you can wishlist Soulitaire and play the demo on Steam right now. While you're there, you can also wishlist AAA Simulator. It's not cozy, but it's definitely handmade at indie, and I can use a few lessons from Soulitaire about how to shape its vibe. That's all for now. I'll have another devlog coming soon. Thanks for watching.